I'm going to continue discussing the selection of cards that I'm going to be attempting to build with for a Boros. Very casual, very cheap casual Boros commander deck out of the guild kit, the Ravnica guild kit. Boros is not one of the strongest two-color pairs in Commander, so I hear. Still, should be a fun build. So these are going to be the last 6 cards from the pile of Ravnica 2 and 3 that I'm thinking of as add-ons. This is a Nizet card. It's a 3-drop sorcery. It deals 2 damage to any target, and then it's got Jumpstart, which I'm a huge fan of. Then the Punch, also a sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player. I think that's nice, and you can jumpstart it. Then a few artifacts. There really aren't that many artifacts in Ravnica 2 or 3. So this is a Chromatic Lantern, which is a great way to get mana for your guild. I would include it. And I'm a little bit of on a lifelink kick. So this card also, I think it's an auto-include in this deck, because you declare your guild colors and then you get life all the time. If Ajani drops at the same time as this card is on the board, someone's going to have to take it out immediately, because this card alone would get Ajani to be very big quickly. The Dart, you can put it on your board and hit something, but you have to sack it. Not sure it's a good card. I'm actually not going to consider it. I'm just mentioning it. Then this dude, you have a lot of multicolored, and it enters the battlefield as a 4/3/3 trampler, and then whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you put a counter on it. I really like it. Okay, so that takes care of those piles. Now let's go through the add-on piles from other cards in Standard and a few cards that are not in Standard. Okay. Of course, the 3 drops from Dominaria that are really good. I think in Commander you're going to get to the point where even though you're in white-red, you are going to have 3 of one or the other color. So I would say these guys will be really good. This one's going to buff them +1/+1. And this one, when it enters, can take out anything that's a 1-drop. So that's good, including the Planeswalker. And it can hit Planeswalkers. That's great. Okay, you're building an army, and Okichar gets triggered, becomes able to attack and block when you have at least 3 other creatures. So you're gonna have 4 on the board. You're gonna do that on this for this card. It's indestructible, and it'll trigger tokens. So even if you get board wiped, and it's one of those board wipes where it doesn't take out indestructible, this thing will stay on the board and help you survive. I think it's a good card. A card that deserves no introduction, including the fantastic artwork from Therese Nielsen. I took it out of my Battle Bond booster box. So yeah, I think this is an auto-include. More temporary exiling with Cast Out, which was in several of the recent deck builders toolkits. I think it's also an auto-include. A big angel, who doesn't need a big angel? It lures for other angels. I don't think I'm going to have that many. I don't know. It's still a pretty good card. And interestingly enough, Aurelia is an angel. So there you go. And Aurelia does not come with lifelink, so it's going to give Aurelia lifelink. That's pretty nice. Nice way to exile something that's attacking or blocking. I think it's a great trick. I've used it a lot before. A casual drops you a token for your army. Nice way to buff a few other critters when it enters the battlefield. Another angel, flyer, helps with your indestructible things that you want to do in Boros. Another tokenizer, you kick it and you create 2 tokens. Another temporary exiler, I think it's pretty good. Deal damage, target attacking or blocking creature, it deals a lot, 4. Only for 2. Ascend, I'm not sure how easy you're going to get to Ascend. After I do the final build, if any of the Ascend cards make it, I'm going to put them in MTGO and see what happens. Okay. So it's a battle trick. It's an instant battle trick with Ascend. Another temporary exiler with flash. Very nice. Another angel. Flyer. Gives vigilance to other creatures you control. That's very nice. Another destroy card. And you gain some life. That's not bad. It's a 3-drop. An enchant creature gives a first strike. So this goes back to our friend from Dominaria that gives double strike to anything that has first strike. So that card would help with that. I'm not sure this. I'm not even gonna consider this guy. I don't really have enough legendaries for this to matter. Yeah, an exiler, a little heavy, but it does exile creature or enchantment, and your opponent's commander is a creature. Kicker, return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. No, I'm not doing that. That's not even going to be considered for the next build. For the build itself. Return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. That's not bad. I have some enchantments that I think I'm going to put to the end because I'm going to do a lot of temporary exiling with white. A flyer from Limited. I'm not necessarily on historic, so I think I'm not going to consider this card. First striker, for sure. Want to consider it. Sack it, give something indestructible. It's not bad. It's aggro, 1/1. Deck manipulation for historic. Pretty sure I'm not doing that. An angel, the classic angel from Alpha. The archaeologist, target artifact from your graveyard to your hand. I'm really not doing that. You look at the top 4 cards of your library and you get a creature from it. Yeah, why not? You're going to be on creatures. And another temporary exiler. So that's my white pile. Now let's go through the red pile and then we're done looking through the cards for the build. Taking my time. Yeah, why not? Hit something, any target. Hit more target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls for 4 as an instant. Enters the battlefield. If you attack with a creature, target opponent sacrifices a permanent. 5/4/4. Pirate. A pirate with first strike. And it gets a +1/+1 counter when it enters if you attacked. If you trigger the raid clause. Can get kicked. Deals 2 damage. If it was kicked, deals 4 damage to a creature for 1. Dual shot, 1 damage to each of 2 target creatures. Maybe you enrage one of your dinosaurs and kill a 1-drop your opponent controls. Good old shock, 2 damage, target creature or player. Good old demolish for artifacts or lands. And what I think is the most beautiful art on Chatter ever, in my opinion. I love this artwork. It's just a shatter. Get rid of an artifact. Enchantment, give it menace +2/+1. You're boosting things. This is good for your 1/1 dinosaur. I'm not sure it's going to be worth it. Steal something. So it's a act of treason with strive, which I think is better for commander because you may have a lot of mana. You may want to steal more than one thing. I like that. Another strive card from Journey into Nyx. Put a token that's a copy of that creature on the battlefield and they have haste and you exile them. It's a pretty good effect. Hit something with Magma Jet. 2. Mission Mortars, which I believe is in the Isek Guild kit, but I have an extra copy. I think it's a fantastic card. This is the I've got it here. They're all right next to each other. Got the what I call the Overload suite, which I think I'd be hard pressed to not include in this commander build. So Mizium Mortars, then also Vandalblast for artifacts. Electrickery deals a bunch of 1 damage. Dynacharge, boost for 2 for everything if you trigger with Overload, which is a replacement cost. You either do this or do that. And then this one deals damage to target creature without flying you don't control. That may be the weaker of the selection. Skullcrack. Players can gain life this turn. That wouldn't be me as well, but it deals 3 damage to target player. More of an exec card. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. I don't know. Don't know if it's a good include. Bunch of goblin tokens. I think this one's also in the Zet guild kit. Fuse, artifact, enchantment, low costing. I'm not usually a fan of these cards, but I am for this one. Another battalion dude, 2/1. A great card. First strike haste, and it's graveyard hate. So whenever a player casts a card from a graveyard, this deals 3 damage to that player. Very good card. I think this is an auto include as a mana rock for 3. I think this is a good mana rock to generate a bunch of tokens and then draw treasure tokens and then draw cards off of them. Yeah, I would say so. Not sure about the vehicles. I always include these. But I don't know if they're gonna make any sense in this deck. This one is on historic. Actually, it doesn't. And this one has crew 1, and you have a lot of creatures. Why not? The cannonade deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And you have to discard a card to untap it. I'm not sure that I care. This one, of course, I wanna think about because it's really great when you can, if you have something really sweet on the board, to equip it with this, and just every turn you create another copy. I really like it. I'm not in control, but Icy Manipulator is a great card, so I'm not gonna consider it anymore. I am trying to get first strike for my friend from Dominaria, and it would kick out 4/4 White Angel tokens with flying. That's really nice. And I have a small angel theme with Aurelia, and if I include my big angel from Dominaria. I don't think I have enough legendaries, but I'm in Commander, and I need a good dagger. So I think I'm going to consider it. Scrying 1 isn't bad. I don't think I need it. And countering spells is good, and I'm not on tokens. So I'm going to consider it as well. Okay, so that ends the long talk through all the cards. In the next video, I'll have them separated by specific types of piles, and then start going through creatures, then non-creatures.